Hello, welcome, Oakland High School once again. Today we round out our three phases as we talk special teams on Go Wildcats with Coach Ryan Hall. Okay, Coach, with today's emphasis being special teams, that third phase of the game, we're going to spend a few minutes talking with your special teams coordinator, Jeff Ward. Tell us a little bit about him.
Yeah, Jeff comes with a ton of experience. I mean, he's got a lot of football playing experience. Was a defensive coordinator at John Carroll prior to coming here. This will be his second season with us. What a fantastic community guy. I mean, he brings so many things to the table for us. He's our strength and conditioning coordinator, handles all of our prep work, coaches the secondary. Probably his biggest role is special teams coordinator. He handles all those special teams, but he wears a lot of hats. You know, he's a great example for our young men of going out working hard and doing things the right way. And one of the things, if you're around Jeff at all, he's got a positive, infectious personality that, you know, that carries out to the kids. And, you know, he's definitely made a huge impact on our program, and I expect him to continue to grow and continue to make a difference in those kids' lives. So we're excited to have him and very blessed and thankful that Coach Ward's here with us.
I'm glad to hear that. We are glad that he is here as well. Stick around as we'll spend the time having a conversation with Coach Jeff Ward. We're here today to talk special teams. And we're with Oakman Special Teams Coordinator, Coach Jeff Ward. Jeff, thank you for taking the time to spend with us today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, let's talk about you, the person, you, the coach, before we dive into special teams. Give us a little bit of your background here.
Yes. Well, I'm from Jasper, Alabama. I actually graduated from Walker in 2008. Played football and basketball. Further my education, going to Concordia, playing baseball and football. But then I transferred to Kentucky Wesleyan, just keeping up with football. And then after that, I had a chance to play arena, blessed with that opportunity. And then for 3 years, played that, and then I had a chance to go overseas, to go to Turkey to play. And I played there 1 year. That's all it took. I had a daughter, and it was time for me to come home and end up settling down, getting married. And then I had 2 more daughters. So now here at home, you know, Oakland is my home. I have family members that's from here. My mom graduated from here. My aunts graduated from here. And I also have my brother and my sister, Michael Maddox and Whitney Maddox. They actually graduated from here as well. So being there with them, or being here with them, you know, it means a lot to me. And then being able to be on this staff, it means a lot. I've been here for 2 years. This will be my second year here. I've been coaching for 4 years prior to this. John Carroll was my last job. I was a defensive coordinator there. So that was a big role, but being here, you know, it means a lot to me. Just because, like I said before, it's being home, but more importantly, you know, having a staff like this with Coach Hall and them, it's really been a blessing to be able to help these kids out, you know, try to teach them more about football, but more about life as well. So, been a blessing.
Very good. That's great. Glad to hear about another dad of daughters. We've got 2 at home myself. That's
Congratulations.
Yeah, we got a lot of pink and purple,
yes, sir.
Crowns and dresses and all that fun stuff. So we appreciate you for raising those daughters the right way too. Let's talk football. Let's talk special teams.
Yes, sir.
Let's just zoom as far out as we can. What is special teams, and what are we looking at when we see that third group on the field?
Special teams. My main thing with special teams is most important is effort. Just because you got to give effort on these 3 phases. You know, you got offense, you have defense, but, you know, special teams are really a bit just looked down upon or really frowned upon, but that's the most important for the younger guys can come along, get that experience, to gain speed of how the game's supposed to go. But not only that, being a return specialist in college and also in professional, you learn that, you know, being a returner, you can put your offense in a great position. You know, you can end up scoring for us, you know, making a big deal there, or you can put us down in the goal line to where it can put us in position to where it's easy for us to score. You know, having a long field is kind of hard. But also on the flip of that, you know, being on the defensive side and covering, you can also put your defense in a great position. And not only that, turnovers and things like that can go on, and that's what I try to enforce more than anything with our special teams, is how important it is and how much we can change the game and impact the game.
Okay, well, that's very, very good. Special teams are indeed special for a reason. So we're back for today's player spotlight, and this is senior offensive lineman Mcginnis. Mike, thank you for taking the time to join us today.
Yep, no problem.
All right, let's talk offensive line a little bit. Tell us, what's the job of an offensive lineman, and why are you guys so important?
Well, we're right there in the nitty-gritty. We're there to hit people and make sure our quarterback don't get hurt.
All right, very valuable. Understand that. That's great. Now let's talk a little bit about your role in terms of kind of fighting for a spot, more playing time, all that kind of thing. Tell us about that experience for you.
It's difficult competing against 3 or 4 other dudes for one spot and trying to show that you're worth the put in that spot, that you can pull through for the team.
Right. Well, that's great. We appreciate your hard work and willingness to do that. You're a senior. I know that's going to be a year full of various emotions. Let's talk about that and the legacy that you guys are leaving behind.
Well, hopefully we can leave behind the legacy of us winning the championship and being another great football team for the town of Oatman, and we compete our hearts out.
All right, that's great. Glad to hear you say that. Let's have a little fun. NFL team wins the Super Bowl. Their quarterback often will buy their offensive lineman something, pretty big deal. Just tell them thank you. Mahomes, I believe, bought his offensive lineman a Rolex when they won the Super Bowl. Tell us, what's Bubba need to buy you guys to say thank you?
Trip to the Bahamas.
Ooh, a trip to the Bahamas. That's a sight to see. A bunch of offensive linemen in swimsuits. I know that's a great answer. Appreciate you, Mike. Thank you for taking the time today. Keep up the hard work.
Yes, sir.
Let's zoom in and talk Oatman special teams for a moment. Any differences this season compared to last season? What should we look for out on the field?
It will be. We have 2 seniors that's going to be missing. Sam Smith, who was a field goal kicker and also the kickoff kicker. So having him gone, it's going to be difficult trying to find somebody to replace a kicker that's like that. I mean, he spent this time doing this job and he did it very well. But also on top of that, we have Christian Lopez, who was the punter. And so finding guys that's going to be able to replace them, that's what we trying to do now. Being kind of difficult just because of, you don't have anybody that just works on kicking the way Sam did and Christian did as well at practice. So going through that process there is probably be the toughest. But anything else, I mean, it's going to be, fairly easy just because of, like I said before, we try to put our young guys in. And so with that being said, all of them are coming back, so they have that experience, they have most of that game speed. Now it's just going to come down to effort and executing.
Well, that's great. Now let's close up with just let's rewind. You dropped some important nuggets there about yourself. I know you don't want to brag on yourself, but let's talk. Tell us just quickly what it was like to be overseas there in Turkey.
It was different, very different. Football, of course, is not the football that we know. Their biggest thing is soccer. So seeing the soccer stadiums and things like that, it was very huge. But the memory of mine is just being there, to seeing a different culture of how it's done there. The way we carry ourselves here and then the way they carry themselves there is very different. But it was truly a blessing just to be around it, have that atmosphere, and just have that notch under your belt of being in Europe.
Cool, that's very neat. So here, Oakland, Alabama, one of your coaches has that experience of playing NFL Europe there in Turkey, and what a great thing that he's now using his talents and abilities, but his character to raise more young men to be great football players, but also grow into great young men. So we thank you so much for that, Coach Ward. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you at home for watching. It's been another episode of Go Wildcats. Coach Ryan Hall, and we're excited to see you tonight, August 13th at 6 o'clock p.m. here at the stadium for Meet the Cats. We'll see you soon. We thank you again for watching all week. If you're just catching up with this today, go back and watch those previous videos. And we especially look forward to seeing you tonight, Friday night, 6 o'clock p.m. here at HD Collins Field for Meet the Cats. This has been Go Wildcats with Coach Ryan Hall. Final words?
I hope to see you tonight, and Go Wildcats.